Hi, everyone. Thank you for having me. I am Marci Smith, and I am an MLA graduate of the University of Maryland. And I'll be speaking about my thesis. This is a design project, which is titled Creating Space for Nature RX at Historically Black Colleges and Universities. Next slide. Thank you. So to jump in, we all know that time spent in nature and engaging with nature can improve mental and physical health. And we also know about the Nature Arts program that it has been implemented or is being implemented in a number of colleges or universities as a holistic approach to help their students with mental issues. And I've experienced this myself being in college, having anxiety, and I've noticed that whenever I went on a walk, my mood would improve. So therefore, this project highlights the benefits of nature and the Nature RX program through design, but it also seeks to fill a gap that is the lack of Nature RX programs in historically Black colleges and universities. And in doing so, this project uses the campus of the University of Maryland Eastern Shore, which is an HBCU, and it's also my alma mater, as a case study to answer the following case question: how could a nature RX design at the University of Maryland Eastern Shore, an HBCU, benefit the health and well-being of its students? Next.
Marcy, I'm sorry, but definitely your voice is getting garbled, and I think if you turned off your video, that might improve audio quality.
Okay. Okay, that should be better. All right. Okay, so for some background of UMES, the campus is located in Princess Anne, Maryland, in Somerset County. The Mannequin tribe was the first recorded inhabitants in Somerset County, and UMES was first opened in September 1886, and it had a few name changes, one of them being the Princess Anne Academy before officially being named the University of Maryland Eastern Shore in 1970. And as of fall 2023, over 2,800 students are enrolled and 70% are Black students. So this information also included in the 3 methods that were used to complete this project and to formulate some ideal spaces for a nature RX design. Number 1, of course, site inventory and analysis, and also touching on history and looking at the history of Black people and nature and how some stigmas might come from that. I also interviewed Black women nature leaders, one of them being Dr. Roberts, who is a Campus Nature RX advisory committee member. And 3, I had some conversations with the UMES students, faculty, and staff. Next. So from research and interviews, there were a few themes or influences and ideas that stood out that would guide the design. Some physical themes that are in purple. Physical themes like invitation, acknowledging past and present occupants, vibrancy through color. Some social themes like spirituality, having a sense of belonging, and also what an ideal space for NatureRx would consist of, a space that would be easy accessible near a body of water or visible to surrounding spaces. And lastly, cultural influences like the kente cloth pattern, Black and Native American communal spaces, and significant spaces on campus. Next. So this then brings me to the design of the project, which resulted in two sites. The first being a naturalistic or informal design that is dedicated to the indigenous Americans, the Manican tribe, which are also known as Water Tribe. So the proposed path is curvilinear to reflect the movement of water, and it's paved with beaded glass beads. It's paved with embedded glass beads to represent the lives of the Manican tribe. And then there are spaces that are of different functions surrounding that path. Next. So here is a section showing the mannequin walk uh, with the main path and seating surrounding a deck over the nearby pond and a perspective a perspective of the mannequin walk with circular seating. Next. So for the second site, the design is divided into four spaces. The first two opposite spaces are therapeutic or healing gardens. Garden one it has a labyrinth and a center water feature, a fountain, and other elements to appeal to the senses, like a textured pathway, which connects both spaces. Garden two is a semi-open space for more activities. It also has a central water feature. And the entry to both garden one and garden two is the entry to both gardens and the central plaza within this site contains large potted plants to reflect Black American gardening style. The two open spaces, they're meant to amplify the Performing Arts Building, the Ella Fitzgerald Performing Arts Building, and it also balances the design. And the plaza ties the design together by using the patterns of the kente cloth. Next. This is a section that shows the space facing the Performing Arts Center and perspective of the garden with the labyrinth and the center water fountain and the potted plants. Next. So there were some setbacks with this project, COVID-19, the pandemic being a big one, which affected the admission rate and staff retention, and it made contacting personnel on campus challenging, and time was another factor as well. But some future considerations would be a more in-depth analysis to determine the feasibility of each design and to engage students more, to have a more formal focus group with students and to get their perspective. But ultimately, this project shows that having a Nature RX program at an HBCU is possible, and it can be specific to the campus and to the student body, and hopefully debunk myths surrounding Black people and nature, develop an affinity, help Black people and other minorities that may have a negative viewpoint, help them develop an affinity for nature. Sorry, that's my alarm. I need to wrap this up. And get students involved in more nature-focused activities and hopefully inspire someone. So thank you so much for your time. It was a pleasure sharing with you. I just wanted to thank Dr. Roberts, Dr. Sachs. These women really helped me, and thank you.